Hello? Is there anybody out there? Can anybody hear me? Wait, that's the wrong Titanic film. It's a movie. Hello. I haven't been around for a while again. That keeps happening. I won't bother apologizing because I think anyone who comes to watch me may have come to expect this by now. It just sort of happens. I don't really plan it, but here I am again, and I really didn't feel like playing like any of the other stuff I've been playing this week. I'm just not in the mood, but I am in the mood to stream. So I was like, I've had a few things that I've been kind of itching to get at for the past like weeks, months, years. Um, I've been wanting to play more of like, for example, if anyone saw the tweet that I made earlier today, um, I said I named off like 6 games that I actually wanted to play. And for example, one of them was Withering Rooms. And I've been wanting to play that again ever since I played it the first time, but it was really just a random let's see what this is stream. Um Same sort of goes for like World of Horror and other games like that. There are ones that aren't really like the kind of game that you just sink time into stream after stream until it's finished. They feel more like a variety week kind of thing. So we're having variety week this time. Um, and I just decided to start with something kind of weird. Titanic: Honor and Glory. Now we'll see. I'll read out this notice in a minute. But I'll explain. Titanic: Honor and Glory is basically something I found years ago. I think probably I first discovered it like in 2015, maybe. Um, and it's effectively like the main point of the game has been to recreate the Titanic like the original ship in Unreal Engine. It always was Unreal Engine, but they've gone up 2 versions of Unreal in that time, I believe. The latest demo is on Unreal 5. And in the beginning, there was a lot less of it. They've released a number of demos over the years. There's an actual, one of the demos, at least, has some actual like story to it and gameplay. But over time, things have changed for the team in such a way that they're now producing 2 separate projects. And the one we're playing today, I've got it listed on Twitch as Titanic Honor and Glory, but technically that's not what we're playing. We're playing Project 401 demo. So they've called it Demo 401 now. I will now read out this notice, so we'll be able to, you'll get what the difference is between Honor and Glory versus Project 401. But there is no category for Project 401, so we're stuck with the Honor and Glory category for now. So, and let's hope this works, because it wasn't capturing properly before, and then I made it capture properly, and now, hey, it's working. Okay, and it's noisy. Really, really quite loud, actually. We'll deal with that once I get past this. Okay. Notice. Welcome aboard the final update of Demo 401. At 50% of the grandest ship ever built, she is certainly our largest and most detailed Titanic recreation to date. We are proud to release this massive accomplishment for free as yet another thank you to a fan base that has supported us through thick and thin, to say the least. Though through it all, our mission has stayed constant, to bring our community the greatest virtual Titanic recreations ever built. We are proud to now pursue this mission in not 1, but 2 projects. Under development at this moment is the full experience of this demo, known as Titanic Project 401. In this new project, uncover Titanic's captivating history through immersive voiceover, historic photographs, and the real-life testimony of those who endured her sinking. Other new features include VR compatibility, we won't be doing that, night and sunset settings, environmental sound design, and more. In addition to Project 401, development continues on our flagship project, Titanic Honor and Glory, which aims to recreate 100% of Titanic with more visual detail, historical accuracy, and gameplay capabilities than ever before. While these are now 2 separate projects, we have no doubt that we will improve both for the better as we develop them side by side, much like Titanic and Olympic once were 112 years ago. Progress updates on both 401 and THG can be found over on our Patreon. To all those who have already contributed and continue to contribute to these projects, we thank you. So basically what they're saying is that they're going forward with the actual game that they're making, which they've been making for 13 years at this point. They started in 2012, I believe. And on the side, they're also making a less game, more historical interactive museum piece, which is what 401 seems to be. So this demo, and this is the one I went for because the most recent demo they have by far is Project 401's demo. So we're just going to be walking around a really old boat, which is, you know, why I put that as the title. We're not really playing a game here. We're just exploring. We're exploring a really old boat. And I personally have always had kind of a, well, I was going to say an infatuation. When I was really young, like double digits, I had kind of an infatuation with the Titanic. I also had kind of an infatuation with the Romans, the Egyptians, and to a lesser extent the Greeks. But now it's just more of an interest. The same with the Romans, the Egyptians, and the Greeks, actually. So I just wanted to go through this and find out what it was about. And I thought, you know what, I'll stream this because I want to do something a bit different this week anyway. I want to play some other things, and this has been on my mind for months. I downloaded it months ago, and then I deleted it again because I never got around to it, and it's 22 gigabytes in size. And even bigger installed. So I re-downloaded it yesterday, and we're playing it today. So rambling aside, I don't even know what happens after you get past this notice, so the game could crash for all I know. Hey, okay, demo for a wow, that's loud. Good lord, that's loud. Right. Well, that's a bit better. Now, let's turn all of the everything up to as high as physically possible. We'll find out if we need DLSS or not. Display, correct. VSync, we'll cap that at 60 just in case. I think the others are fine for now. Unapplied. Ah. What do you... Oh, whatever. I don't know what that was about. Unapplied texture settings saved. Ah, you must restart demo 401 for... Well, I guess we're restarting then. Give me a minute. We're restarting. Project... Oh, wait, no. Demo 401. It's so unusual these days to get to start a game from my actual programs menu. Aside from everything else I've been saying, a lot of the reason I ended up not streaming at all last week is because my allergies have kicked in. And boy, are they a kick in the teeth. Oh, we've got a different background this time. Same notice, however. So I apologize if I end up like sneezing at you or just sniffling unpleasantly. Explore Titanic. Oh, so we can board in different places. That is interesting. I'm assuming that, like, the baths, there were baths. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's go with... You know what? Let's go with second class. Or maybe we should go for third class. Board. Let's go to third class because that's about the best I could afford even in the modern day. And back then I probably wouldn't even have been third class. I have no idea how long this takes to load or anything, so we could be here a while waiting. It is on Unreal Engine 5, so there's every possibility it'll run like crap, and there's every possibility it'll take forever to load. And as I said, it is a 22 gigabyte demo, which is a lot, considering what the game is theoretically. You know, it's just one boat. Here we are. Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to say is I am turning on VSync because you guys might not be getting it, but I'm getting such bad screen tearing. That's better. Okay, well, frame rate seems to be stable. Do we really require this music? Can I go in here? I can't. Actually, what... Do we have controls? Mouse sensitive... Oh, that's fine. Forward, right, run. I can run. Crouch. Interact. F. Okay. Okay, I guess we can't go in there yet. This is a 50% recreation, so... Woo! Man, it's so tidy and shiny. Oh. Okay. I didn't mean to be going to the second class forward staircase. It's... honestly, the reason that this project interests me so much is just because we've had... I spent... Like, we were taught about this in school, because it's, Yeah, let's... Hang on. Which way did I come from? It says class accommodations. Oh, third class. Yeah, okay. Yes, I'd like to go back there, because I literally walked through the first door I saw, which ended me in somewhere completely different than expected. You know what? I think we might turn on DLSS to help aid with some of this choppiness. Equality should be hopefully okay. Oh, it's a blast, or, well, a bulkhead door. The things that completely failed to stop the Titanic sinking in the end. Let me in. So, what I was saying was that, we were taught about this in school, and it was always very interesting to me. So, the whole story of it, the uncertainty of what actually happened. Oh no, they've put a bucket in my way. I cannot continue because there's a bucket. Oh no, there's a sledgehammer. I can't go here either. Please. Please, why must you block me with a sledgehammer? You can still see a lot of what's here, though. So, yeah. We learned about this in school, and I was always fascinated with it. Not necessarily just because it's a ship, but the whole story of the Titanic and what happened with the Olympic, and later on, like many years later, all the conspiracy theories that surround it and things. Like, I don't know... I feel like a lot of people watching would probably never have really had much experience with it. Wow, we run fast. I never really have had much experience with the Titanic in general, especially because, like, this is 113 years ago now. This project was started in the 100-year anniversary. So, it's long past a lot of people's historical timeline, we'll say. I feel like it's probably not the sort of thing that gets taught in very many American schools. But, and you certainly won't be hearing about the conspiracy theories, but there are a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding the Titanic and the Olympic, such that second class aft staircase. There are a lot of conspiracy theories, and one of the biggest ones is that the Titanic itself was sent out to die. Now I'm really dumbing it down, but effectively, the Titanic had two sister ships. It had the Olympic, and it had the Britannic. Now, the Britannic was the only one that survived, or actually, no, I think the Olympic ended up being put out to pasture in the end. It may even still exist. The Britannic was converted during the war into a hospital ship, and it ended up being sunk much like the Titanic, but not in the same way. It was sunk by mines. So it met a very similar fate to the Titanic. But I'm jumping ahead now. So originally, the Olympic and the Titanic were built pretty much together. And the Olympic was supposedly, on its first test voyage out, damaged beyond repair. Now, what that basically means is that the engines were completely screwed up. I can't remember exactly what happened. It was something like it ran into a tugboat or something along those lines, and it completely mangled part of the ship to the extent that it was supposedly never going to actually be able to make its proper maiden voyage. But magically, somehow, they fixed it. And then, not long after that, the Titanic went out on its maiden voyage, coming from the same place as the Olympic. And it crashed and went down and sunk, even though it was supposed to be the unsinkable ship. Which is, let me go back here to where I was before. Which is what I was talking about with these bulkhead doors. These bulkhead doors, in the way the Titanic is designed, if the Titanic were to strike something as it was going about its business, whatever, an iceberg, in our case, theoretically, what is supposed to happen is these bulkhead doors can be closed in each section. And you'll see as we come along here, because they have faithfully recreated it, that these bulkhead doors are literally every few cabins down. You know, you get 3 or 4 cabins, then you get one of these sealable bulkhead doors, which is supposed to be able to block off any sinking area of the ship to prevent it going down. Yet the Titanic crashed so badly that even this revolutionary new bulkhead door system couldn't do shit for it. And that's where the theories start to come in, is that the Titanic was sent out to crash and sink in the first place. Because the conspiracists anyway, believe that the Olympic and the Titanic were switched. So ultimately, the ship that became the Olympic, that outlasted its sister ship, the Titanic, was actually the Titanic, the undamaged Titanic. And that they'd had all of the parts and all of the names and things like that changed. And then they sent the Titanic out on this run in order to crash it and get an insurance payout to pay for the fact that they had scuttled their own ship before it ever left dock. I have no idea if this is actually true, but it is one of the biggest conspiracy theories of sort of like that period. And supposedly, there's been quite a bit of evidence found to back it up over the years, like pieces being recovered from the sunken Titanic that bear the serial numbers for the Olympic. Oh, I found somewhere new. So basically, long story short, they think that the Titanic was actually the Olympic, and it was sent out with the purpose of crashing and being sunk. Oh, man. Feed me. I want it. Look at these freshly baked scones. Lovely, delicious apples. The Leyland Line, SS Devonian, 12,152 tons. SS Minnesota, 11,904 tons. Atlantic Transport Line. London to New York. So, you know, it's probably obvious that I've listened to this. Here we go. The White Star Line. Olympic and Titanic, the largest steamers in the world. The Britannic was made a lot later. Or not a lot later, but later. At the time, the Titanic and the Olympic were the flagships, effectively. The new flagships to be the most amazing, the largest passenger ships in the world, sailing transatlantic. So they were a huge deal at the time. Holland, America. Liverpool to Australia. Via Cape Town. And again, here's another one of these bulkhead doors. Okay, so let's head down to... or head up to second class, because I think I don't think they've got too much of third class in place yet. Though I want to see if they have any cabins. Because I genuinely would like to see what a third class cabin looked like. Because these were the cabins for the lay people, you know. Anyone, although if you could afford to get onto the Titanic in the first place, especially on its maiden voyage, then you were pretty rich even if you were in third class. Oh no, this isn't a cabin, but it is. What is this, I wonder? It's like a study room or something. A meeting room, perhaps. Ah, here we've got... I wonder... Can I zoom in on this? Is there like a zoom button for this? Uncrouch, interact, zoom in, mouse wheel up. Okay, it's actually a little... Oh, Jesus. But you can see each of these big lines here, the deeper white lines than the rest, these are the bulkhead doors. You can see they extend all the way from the upper deck down through the ship. So there are these massive segments of the ship that could be closed off and separated out. Like, in theory, like, this is a very sound technical theory, which is why it's even stranger that the Titanic actually sank. Most of the theory is just simply that the Titanic was damaged that badly, like unbelievably badly, that even this brand new, fantastic bulkhead closing technology couldn't do the trick. Oh, I've zoomed out too far now. Where was... About here, I think. Yeah, that seems right. No, we're zoomed in too far. There we go. Project 401. Vintage Digital Revival. As you can see, they're the guys who are making it. First sailing of the latest addition to the VDR fleet, Titanic Project 401. 50% of Titanic, over 150 unique spaces, new gameplay features, unrivaled detail. This, the latest, largest, and finest Titanic recreation afloat, will be available on Steam, date to be announced. New features, virtual reality headset support, nighttime and sunset settings, in-game deck plans, full controller support, updated environmental and sound design. Third-class two-berth room. Historic features, including White Star testimony, SS particulars, and Queen's Island photographs. Other additions to be announced. Do not delay. Visit patreon.com/TitanicHG for progress updates and on Titanic Project 401, as well as our flagship Titanic Honor and Glory. Inquiries may be made direct with our office by emailing contact@vdr.llc. Who's this guy? I want to say he was like the captain or something. And again, the captain of the ship was a highly decorated officer, if I recall. Like, the reason that people call the Titanic one of the worst disasters in history is not necessarily the nature of the Titanic. Oh, here we are. Explorable areas, level load points, skip points. So everything that's red is something that you can look around. We can go... I see they've gone out of their way to make sure you can access at least one part of the important areas. Like we can go to the turbine room. Oh, or we can go to one of the boiler rooms. Well, two, technically. So, you know, we don't really need to see all of the boiler rooms because they're going to be very similar. We can see the trimmers, the firemen, cargo hold 1, windlass gear. A deck, B deck. Oh, I've zoomed in so far. Having a zoom is all well and good until... Ah, okay, I can middle click to reset. That's good. And... the music stopped. Why did the music stop? I feel like that's a bug. Maybe it was supposed to start playing different music when we entered the engine room area that we're in here. Oh wow, it actually moves. I'd like the music to come back because I'm not hearing any in-game sounds whatsoever now. I believe this is a reciprocating engine. I like the way they let me walk to specific places. That is eerie, the absolute silence. Let me see if I can make the sound come back. No. Hello? Well, that's unfortunate. But I don't think we have a save button, so we'll just have to keep going. This is communication. Intership communication. I'm not entirely sure how it worked, but basically it's effectively an in-ship telephone. I think you have to switch these various things over to set up the line that you want. These are reciprocating engines. Steam engine. Big old steam engine. Don't ask me how they work in general, because I do not fucking know. I just know that they look really cool. They satisfy my steampunk needs deeply. And I actually really like the fact that they've managed to make it work so perfectly. Look at this shit. God damn. See all the valves over there? I do like these little details that they've added in the way, like they've effectively they've locked us out of some areas, but they've gone out of their way to make sure there's a little clutter around all over the place, you know. It's crazy. What I might do is, in order to get the sound to come back, I may go back to the main menu and we'll choose a different boarding point. Oh, I really want to see a third class. Ooh. No, that's we were here before. I want to see a third class room before we leave the third class area. Let me go back in there a minute and zoom in on this. Where did it have the... Where's the side view of the ship? At the top, wasn't it? Right, here we go. So we'd be down probably on second class dining, third class staircase, general and smoke room staircase. What are this? This A deck promenade. Hang on, what deck would third class be on? A deck, I guess. It's just at the rear of the ship. Second class. Fan room. First class. Second class again. Third class is at the ship rear on C deck. Ah, third class entrance is on D deck. It's also a load point. Takes us to the second class dining saloon. Oh, here we are. I think we're actually on E deck. Because we've been going through a lot of corridors, but not a whole lot is actually somewhere that we can enter. Reciprocating engine room. Okay, that's where we are. The engineer's mess is... That's what the meeting... This place I said was a meeting room. That's the engineer's mess. Stairs to the third class saloon. Scotland Road. Boiler uptake. I'm kind of interested to look at that as well. Third class dining saloon. So we need to go downstairs is what we need to go down to. We need to go down to F deck. There's not a whole lot to see down on G deck, but G deck I want to get to. It might be easier for me to, if we head towards, so okay, if this, that means that we're going down all the way in that direction, I think. Because if we're on E deck, E, F, G, tank top. If we're on E deck at the reciprocating engine room, the engineer's mess is opposite that. So yeah, we want to go all the way down. And then we'll actually find the boiler uptake. Fireman's staircase. Alright. Let's zoom then. Put on our sprint and run as fast as we can. Get through this as fast as we can because it's so deathly silent right now. No. Hey, check it out! It's the bunking room for the engine crew, or the ship crew, I think. This isn't a third class cabin, I don't think. I'm pretty sure this is actually the bunks. What was this over here? Oh, we're not allowed into the toilets. As we can see, they're still under construction. I do like that they've actually put the doors there, like so you could basically see it's still in progress. But we're allowed to go into these. Are these the ladies or the men's or must be the men's or is it both? No, I think it's just the men's bathrooms. Oh my god, I have no reflection. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's probably not ray traced. It looks like a very high quality cube map to me. Let me in. Let me in. Where was the cistern on these? I guess inside the wall. No, I can't jump. I was gonna hop up and see if I could see out the porthole. What's this here? Oh, storage. Check it out. Storerooms. No. Ah, to baths? No, not for now. We'll go there later. For now, I really just want to get to the aft. Or is it? No, the fore, sorry. We were at the aft. I want to get to the fore deck so that I can check out some of this stuff. I want to save the first class stuff. Oh, these might be actual passenger bunks for third class, maybe? Boarding hatch. Can I go? Oh no, that ladder doesn't. I have no idea why that ladder's even there. I guess it goes up and up and up if you've got the grates open. Uh, nothing here. Man, it's very photorealistic, isn't it? Sorry, gotta adjust myself in my chair. I think that one of the things that you notice, like the sort of thing that wouldn't really occur to you when you're thinking about a ship like this, is the amount of the ship that is designed specifically to fit the space that it's going into. Like all these tables are angled, all the seats are angled so that they can fit that particular part of the hull of the ship. And then the tables are angled so that they also fit that particular part of the hull of the ship. And I feel like when I've been on passenger ships myself, it's never been quite so custom, you know? I don't think they go to this much trouble anymore in the first place. Is this a water fountain? It is, it's a water fountain. And I find that fascinating that, you know, back in this kind of time period, even though we're in the third class area, they have so much just completely customized um furniture and completely customized everything. Now, you maybe wouldn't have seen quite so much stuff like that if you weren't on the Titanic. Is this as far back as we can go? I swear there was. Maybe we're actually in the area I wanted to see. I believe the water fountain quite possibly doesn't have salt in it, whereas the rest does have salt in it. Also, hi, Dave. I don't think most people like to drink the salty water, you know? Oh crap, I'm lost. Well, this seems like a good time to go back to the main menu and see if we can get the music to work again. All right, we'll board at. Hey, there's some music. We'll board at... You know what? We'll go to the baths since we actually had the option to go in there a minute ago anyway. I believe they don't want the salt, Dave. um, yeah. So third class is. I mean, on a ship like this, it was always bare bones. This is still uh, significantly nicer than what most third class would have been like on ships, passenger ships at the time. Third class was the desperation place for a lot of people. Either that or you snuck on as crew. But generally speaking, because they were on the Titanic, you know, they had cleaner sheets, comfier beds. Sure, they still had to bunk, but here we are. We're in the baths, and our music has returned to linen storage. They have a whole. Damn. Oh, the designs are exquisite and they hurt my eyes a lot. It's so hard to look at these. What's in here? Oh, it's just a changing room. I'm not entirely sure what the beds are for. Are they just for relaxing? I don't know. Possibly where people come to dry after having had their bath. Is this a frickin' tanning bed? I didn't even know they had tanning beds back in 1912. Washroom, shower. Big ol' shower. Another reclining room. I guess this is maybe a... I don't know, actually. I was going to say maybe it's a sauna, but I don't think so. It might just be a sitting room of sorts. Cool! Can I go for a swim? Oh, it's not deep enough for a swim. Apparently I'm only 5 foot tall, though. 5'4", maybe. Oh, lovely folded towels. More showers. This seems like a more public area. Stalls. Oh, changing stalls, maybe. This is probably for the lower class, where the other rooms are for the upper class. It doesn't say on the plaque. In fact, the plaque says absolutely nothing, so... Where was the linen storage? Was it here? Oh, I get it. The linen storage was the place that we were at in third class. So that's what the storage was. I think. Yeah, okay. I think you missed the part with the reciprocating engine, Dave. That was pretty cool. Big old pumping piston, bigger than any one person. That's unfortunate. I'd go back, but I still got quite a lot of the ship to explore. Shall we ascend to E-deck then, perhaps? It's quite interesting. The further up the ship you go, the nicer things get. The clock will be set backward at midnight, 49 minutes. This is not the grand staircase, but it is a staircase that people might recognize. I think the grand staircase is slightly further up the ship. Oh, look at that shiny, shiny drawers. Wonder what they keep in them. Maybe the linens for the cabins. Oh, we've got an open one. Hey. I'm not sure if we're still in third class here. Notice to passengers, the White Star Line has provided a safe in the office of the purser, in which passengers may deposit money, jewels, or ornaments for safekeeping. The company will not be liable to passengers for the loss of money, jewels, or ornaments by theft or otherwise not so deposited. I think your linens could do with a bit of ironing, guys. Goodness. This might actually... Oh. I know we're on E deck now, but this may actually be the third class area. That we might have finally found a third class bunk. It may be that the bunks we were seeing before were actually the bunks for crew. E deck elevators. Can we use the elevators? We cannot. The elevators... You can see right in there, huh? Can we use this one? No. The elevator is stuck at B deck. Well, it should come to me. Damn fancy B deck users. Oh. That was an instant load. So what was... Oh, well, if this goes to the third class accommodations, then maybe that was a second class room we just... Okay, no, we've been here. Ah! Here's a proper third class room. Not exactly the largest room in existence, but, you know, you've got double bunks, so 2 people in the room. And what would have been considered a very fancy chair at the time. Plenty of storage. So the room that we saw a moment ago was actually probably a second class bunk. Considering it was significantly larger. Ah. What's that in there? Post office. Man, I feel like I'm playing a Bethesda game with all the load screens. But I see, I get why they've done it. Look at all these sacks full of post. Good lord. The snail mail, huh? Back in the day. Crosby Hotel. Man, all of this mail lost when the ship sank, huh? Crazy. We have another one of these. It's a bit hard to zoom in on it at that angle, though. Jesus, is this all mail? There is no way the Titanic had this much mail on board, surely. I feel like this is more a representation of how it would have been if it weren't on its maiden voyage or something. Oh, I think that's a shot of the Titanic in the place it was launched from, which I cannot remember the name of right now. Miss Elizabeth Nichols. Oh, 1 sec, I need to drink something. Apologies. Okay, well, I don't think there's much more that really needs to be seen for that post. Oh, luggage. These big old trunks, huh? You say this for all the old suitcases and things. They had a style to them, you know? They might not have had the same kind of durability, and actually they were probably more durable now I think about it. They don't exactly make things for durability these days. Okay, let's head back up. We'll head further up the ship. Dee 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 dee. Were we here before? I think we were here before. Or were we? No, maybe we weren't. Oh no, we were. This is where we actually came from to begin with. This puts us on D deck. And you can see as you get further up the decks as well. Things get slightly larger as you go because of the shape of the hull. Which I think is why the higher end stuff was further up the ship. It's because there was just more space to begin with. What is that? Looks like a hot plate or something. Boarding gates. Much higher class than the ones from below, you can tell. Elevator lounge. Oh, I remember seeing this area in a much older version. I was kind of wowed by it at the time because it's very photorealistic. And I was kind of standing here looking across and being like, whoa. I feel like I'm really in some sort of a super fancy hotel or cruise ship. It's all the meal tables. God, they really packed them in. Even though this is second class. Crunching in 8 people at a table this size. I imagine there was a lot of elbow bumping. Look at the carving work on this. Craftsmanship. This is the kind of thing that the Titanic was all about. Like, it was supposed to be such a luxury ship. They put so much money into all of this kind of detail. Carving, finish. Guess I can't go there. Can I go here? Nope. It's just such a... See, now we're getting to the good stuff. The staircase we're actually looking for, though, is the one with the big clock in the middle. Smoking in the companionways is strictly forbidden. All right, let's ascend. Oh, we're all the way up on C deck now. Things just get more and more fancy as you go. Even the doors through to the lodgings are much nicer finished. I think C deck is where the first class lodgings start. Pretty sure that's what it said on the schematic. And by pretty sure, I mean partially sure. Slightly sure. Vaguely sure. Even the portholes, the further up the ship you go, the more detailed and shapely they are. Gentlemen. Oh, I think, yeah. I think they actually did. They had separate domicile areas for the men and the women. Yeah, ladies. Can I get access to one of the cabins here? Any door to take me aft? Ah! And you can really feel the difference here now. There's so much moving room in here compared to the lower ones. The furniture it's got heating. The furniture is finer, more detailed. Higher quality wood. And all mirrors. Glow. Alright, I think this is where things will start to get a little interesting. As we've explored a lot of the cabins. Actually, what's over this side? Where I came from, isn't it? Is this where I came from? Oh. Wash basins. I think we're back in a second class again. The wood isn't quite as nice. And it's a lot more cramped. This is interesting though, the having the wash basins right there in the room. Lovely little lamps. Bed lamps. Yeah, I think we might be in second class. And the... Oh, maybe not. No, this is quite large. But a very distinct difference here. That's kind of awesome. Phonograph, typewriter. But it definitely feels different for the gentlemen versus the ladies. They do still have a wash basin, mind you. I'd presume behind there would be a bathroom of some sort. Probably closets. Oh, what do we have here? Dining area. Clock. Oh, big dining area. It's a private dining area, but this one's probably everyone in this particular part of the ship. Kitchen. Oh. Oh. But okay, I don't know what that is. That doesn't look so appetizing, but I want that. I think perhaps when we get to the very top of the ship, I don't know if they'll show us. I don't know if it's been included. Ooh, let's not look so close at that. That's a little... But all of the... crockery, cutlery, everything on the Titanic was custom made for the Titanic. As you can see. The White Star Line. I'm pretty sure it wasn't just White Star Line branded, though. I've lost myself. Is this... Ooh, barbers! The barber's hours are between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. For the general convenience of the greater number, passengers are requested not to apply for haircutting or shampooing except between the hours of noon and 5 p.m. Okay, we're back at the dining hall. Christ, that's a lot to look at, isn't it? I see an open door down here. Oh, it takes me downstairs. Another cabin. This is a single cabin. The first single cabin we've seen. Having their own study desk. Actually, this may be the... Hang on. Let me look outside. It's the doctor's cabin. There's some crew-only area. Linen. So this must be a crew cabin. Assistant doctor's cabin. There you go. That's why it's fancier than you'd expect of a crew cabin. Restaurant manager. Again, fancier than you'd usually see. Chief Steward. So I'm not sure if there's an actual surgery? Or do they mean... Oh no, we are still, I think, in second class. So this isn't specifically the doctor's cabin, maybe. Might be the doctor's surgery. Let's go through to the promenade then. Notice, passengers are not allowed beyond this point. Good job I'm not a passenger then, isn't it? Oh god, that's a garish floor. Oh, check that out. Oh, that's nice. I like that a lot. Bit of chess. This is the fancy lounge. It's only the second most fancy lounge, though. Writing desks and everything. Oh, piano. Fascinating. Oh, what's this? Geography is a systematic study of the Earth and its features. Traditionally, geography has been associated with cartography and place names. Although many geographers are trained in toponymy and cartology, this is not their main preoccupation. Geographers study the place and the temporal database distribution of phenomena. Man, this font is hard to read. I also don't really care about what a geographer is. It's not what I'm here to see, man. I can't believe this is only second class. I feel like this is nicer than a lot of what you'd see on first class ships. Well, then again, I'm not sure I've even been in first class, to be honest. Is that a really big bed? Or is it just a cover? It might just be a cover. Second class passengers are not allowed above this. That probably means it's either a crew area or a first class area. Oh, no. Third class passengers are not allowed on this deck. Oh, this may be a third class area then. Load not to exceed 2.5 tons. The oceans sway. The oceans sway, but we are not moving. We are completely still in this water. Got a Union Jack in the corner, but I don't really know what it means when it's just one big blue thing with a Union Jack in the corner. Passengers are not allowed on docking bridge. Oh, yeah. So this is actually... a exterior form of like go tug, not clear port, slack away port, all clear port, hold on port. I think these would send messages to the wheelhouse. Or potentially this was a secondary wheel to begin with, like a fully functional way to helm the ship. Interesting. I wanted to see the other interiors, but now I've reached the oh, they're not gonna let. Oh, they are gonna let me through. Back to the second class promenade. The second class exterior promenade. Okay. Second class entrance. So yeah, we were indeed actually in the second class the whole time. And now we have reached A deck, which makes this boat deck. Ah, the lifeboats. And again, I believe the Titanic was shipped out without enough lifeboats for all of its passengers, which was, you know, absolutely tragic. Second class passengers are not allowed forward of this. Engineer's Promenade. Christ, look at those smokestacks. Kicking out fumes, man. First class promenade. We're going to the fancy one now. Right by the smokestacks. I'm not sure what about that as first class, but you know, we won't question. Ah, they had these lovely sunbeds. Nope. Don't mind me just tripping over the guy ropes. Can I get up there? I don't think I can get up there. I can get up there. Passengers are not allowed on the compass platform. Ah, okay. Alrighty. Oh, the music finished. Hopefully it doesn't just go dead quiet again. I think it might go dead quiet again. First class main oh no, there we go. We've got some music. Officers Promenade. I want to see the bridge. SS Titanic. SS? Here we are. It's the wheelhouse. Brown's patent telemotor. Full, half, slow. We are not moving. We are not at full speed. Thank you very much. Set off night signals. Yeah, you're right. We are stopped. No! This is the actual wheelhouse. I think this is the actual ship's wheel. I'm not sure why they have so many wheels, but I won't pretend to understand. Or maybe this is the captain's wheel or something along those lines. Lanterns. Illegible. Press plunger to call distant station. Lift right hand tube to ear. Speak close into mouthpiece. Yeah, so I was right. There are intership communication. Oh wait, intra-ship communication. This would be a lookout station, I think. So whoever was manning one of these was the twat who caused it to sink. The one who didn't notice the very large iceberg. Worst mistake of his life. Quite possibly the last mistake of his life. First class accommodations. Oh, hey, it's the wire room. Or the communications room. Nice watch. Marconi's Wireless Telegraph Co. Limited, London. Telegraph. What is that? I don't understand what... Oh, I could have just looked here. I don't understand what a lot of this stuff does, but I do understand the vague idea of it. Oh, look at them Nixie tubes. Old school, man. Old school. Christ. What I can tell you is that in the dead of the night, this was, until the power went out, these were sending out SOS. Ah, here's the communications officer's bed, I would imagine. Or at least their restroom. I'm not sure if they actually sleep there. Standard American electrician. Complete cyclopedia. Not an encyclopedia. The Cyclopedia of Electricity. Okay, let's check out the first class accommodations. And witness the grand staircase. Probably doesn't seem all that grand by our standards. This is probably a crew area, if anything. I'd imagine first class people were not supposed to walk into there. Here it is. The Titanic's grand staircase. Very famous. I know it doesn't look all that big for what we're used to, but you have to remember that this is on a boat. And you also have to remember that the Titanic, while it was one of the biggest ships of its time, by our standards, the Titanic is not a large ship. It's all your fault. You're the one who caused it to sink. Look at you. Evil. Evil! Fascinating. Passengers wishing to follow the fitting out of Titanic Project 401 may do so on Patreon. Oh, this is a first class, if ever I saw it. Man, look at that. Beautifully varnished furniture. A freaking fireplace. It's a heater, but it's styled like a fireplace. Mantle clocks. Their own little piece of the promenade. Oh yeah, that's first class. Flower vase. Plants. I have no idea what that's supposed to... I think it might be a personal entry point for this first class passenger. And this is, of course, the sitting and dining area, if they're dining here at all. And then you've got the bedroom. You do have 2 bunks again, but look at that. The difference between this, even and second class, is just insane. The level of detail on everything, the absolute opulence is crazy. I'm wondering if we can find the dining hall for first class. Because I remember seeing pictures of the dining hall for first class in the past. Oh, another one. Very differently outfitted though, isn't it? Significantly different colors. Oh, it's a shared... Is it shared? It seems to be a shared first class. That's interesting. They have doors that open up into each other's cabins. I don't know if that's like normal. I do know that it happens on some ships though, that they have a cabin that will open up into the next cabin. These fancy pillowed red, blue, and more red. Crazy. It's just so opulent. I want to find the dining hall. What's down here? Ah. I think this might be it. Wait, is this where I was before? The grand staircase. I was giving him crap, so maybe I've gone the wrong way. I must have got turned around when I went into the triple bedroom. No? Where... Oh no, this is... I'm just confusing myself now. Oh, so the B-deck grand staircase at the aft is the same as the A-deck grand staircase at the fore. Interesting. Woo! Look at that! Revolving door actually works. That's cool. Really not anything worth reviewing so much as I just think it's cool, mechanically speaking. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is stunning. Way too bright for my eyes, but stunning. It really is. It's like the second class, but everything is nicer. Like, look at the second class had their own writing desks, but they were nowhere near as well finished as these. And I don't think they had special lamps on them either. Foot cushions. These incredibly garish. But at this time, when things were bright and covered in detail, that just automatically meant they were high quality, basically. So I get where it comes from. By my personal standards, this is all just completely overdone. But back in the early 1900s, this was beyond stunning. Here we go. This is the big lounge. Still not finding the dining area, though. I'm pretty sure this is just the lounge. Private lounge area. Can't go this way. This isn't where I came in, I don't think. More lounge. Is this the... I think this may be the dining area. Matches. Certainly the smoker's lounge, if nothing else. What do we have here? M&K Watson's 3 Lads Tobacco. Let me just come from this side. I probably read it better upside down than I can sideways. Exquisitely mellow smoking will make every your pipe special. Every your pipe. Try it once, you will stay with us forever. I think maybe that's supposed to say your every pipe. And not every your pipe. Because you'd like to think that all of your pipes were your pipe. Since they're in your mouth and all, you know. I think that might be a spit jug or something. For chewing tobacco. And what is through here? Ah, okay, we've got a different lounge. And that sends us out onto the first class promenade. Where have we... Wait, have we been on the first class? I think we might have already been on the first class promenade. Oh no, we were on the second class promenade, which is down there. As you can see the flag up there. Veranda and Palm Court. We're on the other side of this now. Where do we go through from here? Oh! Ah! I was going to say the kitchen. It's not really the kitchen. Well, I guess it is the kitchen, actually. Kitchenette. Fire axe behind the door. Fat lot of good that ever did. Look at the little barrels. Oh, we've got ourselves another... A camera! Look at that. Vest Pocket Kodak. Patented. No, I can't read that properly. You see that it says May 6th, 1911. March 1902, maybe? March 4th, 1902? Kodak camera from 1912, huh? Crazy. Can't help but feel that I've missed something. I mean, there's obviously more of the ship to see, but I think it's going to be difficult to figure out what it is I haven't seen yet. Ah, this is this is the reading and writing room. And we get down here, and this is just accommodations, I believe. Where we were earlier. Didn't we? I swear we were in this room, but we must not have been. Officers' quarters. Now this just makes me think of Moulin Rouge. So exciting. Oh, wait, I think we were here before. Because this is... I mean, no, that was the second class quarters where the doctors and stuff were. Can we enter any of the offices? We're just back at the wheelhouse. Yeah, we were here again. Can't actually enter any of the officers' quarters except for the communications officer. That's sad. I've been curious to see what kind of squalor they made the officers live in. What the hell was the door back to the first class accommodations? Here? Here. I think if there's one thing that I'd still like to see, I might just access it from the main menu, actually, rather than trying to find it myself. Yes, yes, we know. I want to see the boiler rooms. And this is why I want to see the boiler rooms. They were crazy looking. Absolutely insane. The kind of heat that the crew in the boiler rooms had to deal with was absolutely insane. Because they were living in the middle of these massive, massive boilers full of, well, as you can see, that like the floors were just covered in coal. All to put out the insane amount of steam power that the ship required to keep moving forward at the kind of paces that it can. So I doubt... Oh, I can go in here. Coal storage. The most insane amounts of coal you've ever seen in your life. Like, it is a sight to behold. These massive boilers. Can I not go up there? It would appear not. And back down we go then. Let me go over there, will you? I think this is degrees Celsius. I could be wrong, though. So shoveling coal constantly at 39 degrees Celsius. I mean, these are metal. These are all made of metal, you know? So they radiate heat. Even if the ambient temperature is only, I say, or only in quotations, because if I was at 39 Celsius, I'd die. But even if the ambient room temperature here is 39, you're standing next to this. You're probably walking out of here with heat stroke if you don't drink every 2 seconds. This is... Okay, yeah, this just, the other boilers look the same, so I guess we don't have access to them. Which I was commenting on earlier. Pipes access. Now, how do I get out of here? Scotland Road. And they call it Scotland Road, I don't know why, but it's basically the... Yeah, we were here earlier. See, that's how I missed it, because I didn't freaking know it was just one of the wall doors. That none of the rest of the wall doors work. Drying room. Ah, so these are the steward's bunks. That's what they are. Okay. Steward lavvy. You wouldn't hear anyone calling it a lavvy these days. It's a toilet. Petty officers lavvy. Petty offices. Plumber's store. If I'd have actually been paying attention a bit more when I was up here the first time, I'd have found out what all of these were. Well, we've only been here just over an hour and a half, but honestly, as I've said before, by our standards, the Titanic was not that big of a ship. And we've seen pretty much most of it. I'm going to go back to the main menu and just see if there's anything we didn't go to. Yes, we did first class, we did promenades, we did the baths. We did second class, we did third class, we did officers only. Pretty sure we did the crew areas forward. We definitely did post office and baggage. You know, I'm just going to check crew areas forward again, because the things I could see in the image didn't look like something that I'd seen before. Ah, okay. This is the real kitchens right here. Ovens. With those big old ceiling handles on them, Jesus. What are they, what is this, like a blast furnace? Are you blast furnacing your food? The Cornhill. Potatoes. Alright, what else do we see in here? Whoa! What? Oh, okay. I can fall down. How the hell do I get back up? Let me go back up. Is that food storage? Or just... I guess it's just baggage and stuff again. Oh, this is probably the crew mess. Hang on. What's it say? It doesn't say. Bunks as well. Oh my god, it gets so... Oh. Imagine trying to squeeze through that to get to your bed. So, crew quarters and mess. Is there anything else on E-deck? Nothing, actually. Oh, what do we have here? More crew quarters. More benches. And again, I want to just stress that, like, these benches are designed such that they fit in places like this. Like, this is not a bench that one would usually see. It's not specifically fitted like the other ones, though. This is just regular straight-edge benches. Ooh. Wah! I just fell down there. That is the anchor chain, I think. Look at that. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that's the anchor chain. Let me out. I can't get out. How do I escape the anchor chain? Sneak around the edge here. Okay. So they really just packed the crew in like sardines, which is what I was saying earlier, is that they'd be living in the worst squalor out of everyone on the ship because they didn't pay to come here. They're being paid to be here. Like, their freaking storage. This is the storage for for 4 people. These guys on the end have it good. They've got double-sized storage for 2 people. These poor bastards. 4 people. This. What are you going to put in there? 1 change of clothes. On top of someone else's 1 change of clothes. Okay, if we go up to... Oop. If we go up to D-deck, what are we going to see up in D-deck? That's a chute of some sort. I don't know what they put down it, though. We skip D-deck and we go straight to C-deck, apparently. Did we see this earlier? I feel like we saw this earlier, but I don't know what it is. Oh, it's the anchor. Okay, no, this is the anchor. No, this is a winch. What is this for? The hell kind of a winch is this? Like, it's huge. I mean, I suppose it could be the anchor, but then what were those freaking massive chains? Crazy. Ah, that's it. We're out of the deck now. No. Oh my god. I am so glad there's no fall damage. A lesser man would have died. I have to go all the way back up this awkward-ass spiral staircase. C deck. How do I get to B deck? It's the first class promenade. We're back at the kitchen again. Ah, more mess for the staff. What's this? Oh, let's just back down to B deck. I guess the crew area doesn't actually extend up to B deck and A deck. Well, I guess B deck and A deck are over there. This is just the very fore of the ship. Let me up the ladder! What? Okay. Well, I think we've seen pretty much all of the Titanic, at least all of the Titanic that is available to us in this 50% demo. I know it's been a bit of a shorter stream, but it was never going to be too long of a one when we were just walking around the Titanic and not even the full Titanic. But I am every time I play a new version of this. I say new. This was 2023. This came out, so it's not like brand new. But every time I play a version of this that I haven't played before, I'm always so impressed with the level of recreation. Now, I know it's not perfect, because, like, obviously, you know, you can see them reusing assets and things. Because they don't know what every single bag looked like on the Titanic. It would be insane to expect that they'd have, you know, a full and perfect inventory of what was in this particular space. But personally, I think they've done a very good job with the information and very old photos that they'd have had. And it impresses the hell out of me. It impresses the hell out of me just how real a lot of it looks. I know occasionally if you look a little too close at some things, they might be a bit busted, but these guys are working on this project effectively. The only pay they get is from Patreon. And it's all love and passion, you know, not they're not a AAA dev team, so what they achieve here I think is fantastic. And especially for people like me who, as I said at the start of the stream, really have kind of not necessarily a fascination, but a love of things like the Titanic and certain old stories and certain classical civilizations, just historical things, particular historical things. Stuff like this is wonderful because, you know, what other way am I going to have to be able to walk around and explore the Titanic as a ship? Doing such faithful recreations is, I mean, they're providing a service. And the fact that this is a free demo, like, I didn't have to pay anything. I don't support on Patreon. I wish I could. Wish I had the money, but I don't. But, you know, this is provided for free, and it's wonderful. It's such a stunning recreation, including all of the garish, awful tastes that they used to have in the early 1900s for extremely bright colors and highly over-detailed patterns. It's honestly, it's astounding. And I could not be more impressed, I don't think. Oh, what do we have here? To secure the comfort of the passengers while they're asleep, the company respectfully urges that early morning strollers will not pass forward of this sign. So, they actually just let passengers sleep out on deck? Interesting. I do feel like there would be more to see if I kept looking around, but I like they took the shot of the grand staircase here. Like, I mean, who wouldn't, honestly? Oh, we've seen all this. We've seen all this stuff. I think we've covered the lion's share of things at this point. So yeah, I know it was a shorter stream, but it was never going to be a 5-hour stream when we were looking around a demo version of the Titanic, of a Titanic recreation. Like, it's not an actual game or anything. They do have some rather interesting. This is an elevator? This is an elevator, right? Wow, that's fancy as hell. Shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, they do have other things on their site if anyone is interested. Like, you just look up Titanic Honor and Glory and you'll find the site. They do crazy stuff. Aside from the fact this works in VR. Oh, look, another area that I missed. Oh, I think this is where you check in all your fancy stuff. It also appears to be a part of the post office again. It's like a check-in desk of sorts, yeah. Reminder. Find owner of cufflink found at reception. Yeah, what was I saying? This was never going to be that long. Now, they do interesting other stuff. Like, I think there's I'm not sure where it is. It is entirely possible that it's actually in VR chat or something, but they have like a real-time ship sinking idea thing. And I know that you can get to a place like that in VR chat if you use VR chat. I know there is a world for that. I don't know if it's run by these guys. Maybe it's unrelated and the real-time syncing is actually just something that's planned for Honor and Glory once the game is finally released, whenever it finally gets released after all these years. They've been working on it a long time. I mean, they've had to do so much research and make and remake, because as time goes on, Unreal keep releasing new versions of the frickin' engine. So they then have to go about recreating or porting assets, and you know, as indie developers, it's a lot of work constantly having to catch up with current technology so that your game will be relevant when you do actually release it. But they claim this to be the final demo. Oh, hey, another place I didn't see before. They do claim this to be the final demo. Now, I don't know if that indicates that they're going to be releasing the actual game sooner than later, or if it's simply that they don't want to keep releasing pre-release versions of the game, which personally, I think that's perfectly valid. Hey, look! An actual personal bath. Is this a corridor of some sort, or? Oh, storage area. But yeah, either way, they've done a fantastic job so far, and I am just really looking forward to what the actual final game will be like. Because the game itself does have a story. In the game, you start off as an inspector, a ship inspector. You're basically you're on board for the first run of the ship to see how it runs, make sure it's all ship shape as it's supposed to be, and all that sort of stuff. I don't know their exact job because there wasn't too much of it in the demo. But yeah, I'm assuming that basically you will you do in fact get on board at port. You take a ride, you get on the ship at port, and I'm assuming the story will be that you will have to try and be one of the lucky bastards that gets onto the lifeboats as the ship sinks. That would be my guess. Now, I don't know this for a fact because they haven't released too much about what they plan to do with the game itself. Ah, boarding hatches. Nice big ones for first class. But they haven't said too much about what the story will actually be. But I think we'll finish right here, you know. No, wait, we'll go up one floor and finish on the real impressive one. It's a good spot to stop at. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. And when it does come out as a game, you can be sure I will play it. So between now and then, I don't know how much time will pass, but I will absolutely play and stream it when it comes. Sorry, it was a shorter stream. Like I said, I know it's only been a couple of hours, but it's just a visual demo for something, so we really were just walking around a really old boat. I am not going to be streaming tomorrow just because it's Tuesday, but I'm planning to stream all 5 of the other days this week. I don't know what games. I mean, I do know what games, I just don't know in what order. I'm just going to play whatever of my little list of games I'm feeling in the mood for. So that'll be, all of this week will be on Twitch. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Probably around the same time as today, but maybe the usual time, which would have been an hour later. I know we're currently in the awkward DST switch, where I'm actually an hour closer to Americans, so if I'm starting at an earlier time, I'm starting at what you guys think is a normal time, and if I'm starting at my normal time, I'm actually starting an hour later for you, I believe. Whether that's good or bad for you, I don't know, but just to keep it in mind if you're actually planning to stop on by. I really don't know what I'm most like. I can't even make a guess at what I'll decide I want to play on Wednesday. So we'll just find out when I stream. Until then, if you did come and watch me just walk around the Titanic and ramble on and on about things that I know about the Titanic and comment on the Titanic, then thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching this probably very strange stream. And nerdy stream, I'm sure, as well. If you're watching the VOD, then I especially appreciate it because of all the things that I would not expect someone to watch the VOD of, it would be this. So if you came and watched the VOD, I thank you very much. Yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday. And until then, I hope you guys have a very good time zone, you know, whatever time of the day is for you. And I hope you all have a fine Tuesday as well. Hopefully the Monday blues aren't getting you down too much and you're getting a good start on the week. And until Wednesday, bye-bye. Catch y'all later. Wait, I gotta change the thing. The music stopping is really jarring. And I accidentally changed the camera angle. And I don't remember how to do this. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, bye.